Hello everybody, this is Mr. Dean. Let's talk about road spacing and placing. This is a map here called Flatland. It's an old map, but I like it because it's flat. So, get into it. The major interchange is here. There is an exit on the first tile here and an exit on a tile next to the first tile over here. If we look at their spacing, and I'll bring this up to show, you will see that this interchange is closer to this exit than a one tile width. However, this interchange is about a tile away from this exit. This is the proper spacing for freeway exits, about a tile width. When you calculate the actual width of a tile in real life terms, every one of these squares that's connected to the grid, there we go, every square here is 8 meters across. You work it out, and about a tile width corresponds to recommendations from the U.S. Department of Transportation for proper spacing of highway exits. So this one's too close. Ideally, I would delete it and build another one right around here and then make my grid based on that. But for purposes of this map, that's where it is. That's where I'll leave it. I'll accept it there. This is better though. It's one tile apart. Okay, your freeway exits will then determine where your major roads are. They rise out of those freeway exits. That's why the exits are there, to connect to the main roads. The main roads, in this case, I'm going with a 4-lane road. Why not 6 lanes? I covered in a previous video. I don't need 6 lanes at the start. If traffic is really bad and I can find a use case to improve it with 6 lanes, I will. But right now, this 4-lane road is as wide as it needs to be. If I want to put in tram lines or other bus lines with roads, this is the perfect width for it. These roads of necessity will be every mile because that's where the freeway exits are. I left this blank because an exit would go here. These roads should also be about every half mile, or half tile, I should say. Why? Just better distribution of traffic and goods and services and such. So you have the freeway exit every tile and a major road every half tile. That's it. If you think you need more major roads than what I have here, think again. You're not being efficient in your road hierarchy if you overload it with these major roads. And if you put a freeway exit more frequently than every tile, then you are creating additional traffic. The AI in the game will bunch up on those exits. All the cars will get into one lane to go to each exit in succession, and you will have that one lane backed up off the edge of the map and nobody using the other 2 lanes on the highway. If you have the exits spaced far enough apart, then cars may all try to get into the right lane, but they'll be able to clear the highway because there's plenty of room for them to travel and get to the next exit. They won't bunch up. I once played this map and put an exit every quarter mile or quarter tile and ruined my traffic. And when I started putting in additional exits on top of that, it got even worse. That's when I found out, yes, every tile, no closer. And for the main roads, every half tile, no closer. You'll be fine. What goes in between the major roads? Well, the minor roads, the 2-lane, such as we have here. I've made a grid. I like grids. Grids are democratic. Grids are egalitarian. They're equalizers because they optimize land usage. They allow for easy navigation for citizens in that city. It's very easy to figure out. I turn right here, head up 3 more blocks, turn right again, and I get to my neighbor's house over here. Easy to navigate, easy to use, easy to think about. So that makes it better for people. And because they connect everything, this major boulevard is connected by a major boulevard, but also these side streets. It makes it more egalitarian, more accessible. The city services can get around. If someone looks at you and you've put down a grid and they say, "Oh, how awful, you're using a grid," respond with, "Well, that's how you see it. I see it as something that prevents authoritarianism, something that makes the people truly equal. It doesn't help with class divisions or social divisions or economic divisions. A grid brings things together. Is that what you want to do or not want to do? And let the other person judge. If they want to build non-grids, that's fine. I've built a non-grid over here. I feel kind of fine about that. However, some cautions. City services getting to this area are going to have some trouble because they can only reach this area from this boulevard here. There's no redundancy, no other connection on this side. I may want to put another road from here to here. That might help. But then that also increases the ratio of road to land. If we go back up to this grid, by spacing the connections as far apart as we did, we've maximized the amount of land available for building on. Here, by putting in additional roads, although they may look attractive with all the little cul-de-sacs, they reduce the total building area. And by consequence, we increase the total amount of area we're spending maintenance costs on. So that's a drawback. However, a benefit of all these wild and wacky roads is that I get these larger areas that I could use for placing something like a really big park. This is wider than 8 units, or deeper, however you want to see it, would not fit here, but does fit here, and it's a great park in the game. So schools, other park assets, unique buildings, service buildings, all might be deeper than 4 blocks, and as such would take up more than what you may be planning on with a pure grid. Having this bend here gave me that space for that particular asset, and that's a benefit. The alternative on the grid system is if I really do want to put that park in over here, then I'm looking at deleting some roads and maybe building another way around, or perhaps I knock out a set of roads here and then set this park up to where there's a string of parks down here with limited access across. There's different ways to think about it. But keep in mind the difference between a grid and a non-grid in terms of road to land usage ratio and what kind of assets you can manage to fit in. If I make all of these very wide and want to decorate a lot and not have a lot of land just block a block by house, one house after another here, I could do that and have a lot of green space. So that's another benefit of a non-grid area. But try to incorporate some aspects of grids so that way you can get easy access from one area to the other. And the more I look at it, the more I think this really does need a connector there. Now we can get easily from this side to this side, and we can get easily from this side to this side. Over here, yep, drop down, we're there. This is much better, just having that one little thing there. And I could put in additional cul-de-sacs if I want. That's fine. But consider those as you place. Once again, freeway exits, 1 per tile border. Major roads, 1 per half tile. And minor roads fill in the business in the middle. I hope this is helpful. I hope you learn. And I hope you like, comment, and subscribe for the rest of the videos on my channel. And I'll see you later. Bye for now.